Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. So what we got here in the market, guys, we got Dow going down 1.25%, and let me just repeat that two times. Nasdaq going down 3.64%, the biggest decline we have seen this year, down almost 4% on the day. Again, it's 3.64%. S&P also taking a nosedive here, down 2.31%, and Russell going down also over 2%. And here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, and we got on top utilities leading the way, healthcare, consumer defensive, and everything else pretty much in deep red today. Technology taking a massive beating, down over 4%. Communication services also down, consumer cyclical, industrials, real estate, basic materials, financial, and even energy down on the day. And what we got here on stock market map, we got absolutely blood going on, especially here on Nvidia stock, down almost 7%. Look at Visa here with earnings last night down 4%, AMD down 6%, Intel down almost 4%, Microsoft going down 3.58%, Apple going down almost 3%, Google stock with earnings going down 5%, Meta going down 5.61%, even Amazon, we saw a big rally yesterday, but look at the dump off, down almost 3%, and Tesla with earnings going down over 12% on the day. Massive dump off, especially on big mega cap stocks today. So before we get started, and you guys probably thinking like what's happening in the market, why the market going down? We already kind of knew that market would come down, at least in the short term. You can see right here on my thumbnail, stock market in danger, bearish breakdown, and even right here coiling up, and then we saw a breakdown starting right here, and then this video came out. Now why I'm not actually making these videos pretty much every day on stock market? Well, we need 100 plus likes on this video guys, and that is why these updates are not coming out daily. And I know a lot of you guys are watching and not even subscribing. We're really close to 10,000 subscribers, so help this channel get to 10,000 subscribers, and drop a like, make it go above 100. That would be greatly appreciated as well on stock market video. Now here on Dow Jones, it's down 1.19%, and it's not even holding this critical breakout right here over previous all-time highs, which is right here at 400 to 401, and unfortunately now trading at 398. So things are not looking good guys. Definitely, if this thing gives up this 20-day moving average 398, you're going to see a dump off, possibly all the way down here. That's going to be around at 395, and then 50 SMA on this daily time frame 393.94, and below that level you're going to see a lot more selling here on Dow Jones. Now it's not looking that bad considering Qs and even SPY ETF, so watch out. If this thing can get a bounce over 400 and can hold right here at 400, we might see a push up to this gap right here at 403.22, and above that level we can talk about more upside. Until then, if this thing gives up 398, there will be more downside, 395, and then 393.94, 50 SMA, and below that level will be a lot more selling here on Dow Jones. On Triple Q, it's down 3.59%, so massive sell-off, and I actually made a really good amount of money today, especially these puts. These were actually for August expiration, and it was not coming down, so I had to actually roll those over to March 2025 and added a lot more, way more than what I had before. And guess what guys, when you have time, especially when you're buying things at the right time, and you're buying time, and this is not the only position. I think I had 3 positions on Triple Q, and all of them paid. And the big one that I had $120,000 on it, especially on Qs right here, this one pretty much going in the money guys. 450 puts pretty much going in the money, especially buying time and then adding more and holding it, because I still have what, couple months left, right? Today only left 30% of my position, original position, and sold for a nice profit. So 120,000 got up to, or actually over 200,000. So all these trade ideas, and especially now people are thinking about shorting it. I saw a lot of comments on X. People are talking about shorting Qs today. Yeah, you got lucky, you made money, but this is not the time to short. Do not short into the hole. You're going to pay for this if you're shorting here. You can see why I'm saying this. Just like when I said right here that this is not the time to go and buy and go long here in this market. And you can see how exactly that is actually playing out. When you chase, you get punished. And when you short, pretty much into the hole, you're going to get punished again. So people don't get it, and I guess a lack of experience in the market. You cannot short this. Yes, things can possibly go down a bit more, but new money short, they got absolutely no opportunity right here to make more money. And even if they do, that is not a good way to get a position, especially shorting right here, NASDAQ 100, here in this case, triple Q. And why? Well, first of all, it's getting oversold on daily time frame. Let me just put that on so you guys can see it. So a lot of the things we have to look at. Look at daily. It's getting a bit oversold. I mean, you can see right here what happened. We got a massive bounce. Again, it's getting down to those levels where this thing will be considered oversold. Not extremely oversold, but it's getting there. Second thing, why it's oversold. You can see lower Bollinger Band sitting at 467 and the ETF itself trading at 463. So that is considered extremely oversold. We do have a critical support now at 460. You can see previous rejection multiple times, previous all-time highs right here. That can hold as a support. So watch out, 460, that's going to be your line in the sand. To the upside, we might see a retracement early as tomorrow. If not, Thursday, or actually Friday. Tomorrow is Thursday, right? Friday, a retracement back up to lower Bollinger Band, possibly up to 467 to 468. And this thing actually filling this gap finally at 468 today, guys. So this gap where we gapped up finally closed, fully closed, and now it's trading at 463.38. I mean, down $17 on the day. I mean, when was the last time you saw that? Usually that happens within like maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe 2 weeks, but in just one day, down over 3.5%. So big sell-off here on triple Q. That can continue, but new money short, like I said, this is not a good entry for you. Now to the upside, triple Q can actually break and hold 468. Then watch out for a move up to 472.50 to this 50 SMA, and then this gap actually comes into play over this 50 SMA. So first we have to get up here 472.50, and over that level we can possibly talk about this massive gap from today, and we might fill that gap and maybe set up a lower high somewhere here. Otherwise, if this thing gets down to 460 and that holds, you're going to see a bounce, at least a dead cat bounce in the short term. One more thing I want to point out, just because I'm saying that, do not go and short into the hole. Well, one more thing you have to look at it. After a big sell-off like this, and then you are the last person thinking about buying puts, and then you get a face ripper to the upside. Guess what? You're gonna lose money again. So just be careful shorting into the hole, especially when this thing is down almost 4% for just one day this week, guys. Yes, we got high volume selling today. That is concerning. It's not bullish, but I would not short this. Wait for a counter trend rally, and I think it's coming very soon right here on triple Q. On SPY ETF, it's down 2.27%. So this one, we still have unfinished business down here, 537. And I think early as this week, maybe tomorrow, if not Friday, we could be coming down and filling this gap at 537. And from there, we might find some sort of a short-term bottom here in this market, especially here on S&P 500. So now it's holding 50 SMA, guys, right here, 541. And if that gives up, next support this gap, 537, and underneath that level you're going to see a lot more selling, 533. Now we get a bounce from this level anywhere from 537 to even 541. Watch out for a rejection at 543, but SPY ETF can clear that, and this thing can move even higher, possibly up to this high right here, 548, 551, and then this gap on top, 553.28 from today. On IWM, it's down 2.15%, so big sell up right here on Russell 2000. And this thing was a fantastic trade. Early in the morning, I was live in my Discord, took some puts right here just above 223.56, where I got in with 220 puts. And this one, the rest is history. You can see this thing exploded. Puts went through the roof and now trading at 217.85. So here on IWM, you can see clearly trading under 219, 220, under 5-day moving average. And if that continues, the next support down here at 215, I would say, 13 SMA on this daily time frame, and underneath that level, you're going to see IWM coming back and closing this gap at 211. Now, if this thing breaks and holds 219 to 220, watch out for a move back up to 225. And considering Qs and even SPY, this thing is not looking that bad, but I see a lot of people chasing still now calls on IWM, which is a very risky game because this thing already made a massive move, and now you're pretty much chasing right here near the highs, and that's not a good entry if you're going long on IWM. On VIX, it's up 22% on the day, over 22%. Now, let's talk about, what I said before. A lot of calls coming in, $45 calls. That was one thing about a week ago, right? We did talk about it. And this is why, you guys need these videos pretty much every night, because a lot of you guys are relying on these videos, and I would love to put them out, but I'm not getting enough support from you guys. And that is why the stock market update not coming out every night, where my other videos are getting more likes, especially the ones that I make for, all the mega cap stocks. That one is coming out regularly, right? So that is why it's not coming out. Now, we talked about it. We talked about technicals here that Bollinger Bands are squeezing, and also $45 calls are coming in on VIX. Why they're buying, right? That's one question. And the second thing, when you see daily Bollinger Bands are squeezing like this one, I gave you guys examples what happened before, massive explosion up to almost 19-20 bucks, and this is exactly what we got. Now, is this thing going to stop anywhere here, or we might see another $2 move to the upside, possibly will hit 20? That's something to watch. But right now, one thing I can say, yes, VIX can run a little bit higher, maybe 20, possibly over 20. Once we get above 20, we can talk about more upside. This thing is up already over 22% in just one day. Now, the technicals are saying it's getting a bit frothy and overextended. We have seen these moves before on VIX, and then this thing coming down, right? Now you can see back-to-back 2-3 days. Massive bullish engulfing candle. It's trading past upper Bollinger Band, which is sitting at 1690. So if this thing cannot hold 18 tomorrow, we might see some sort of a retracement down here around 17, and below that all the way down here to 5-day moving average 16 bucks, and then we have critical support at 15. We actually had a hammer candle on VIX yesterday, and from there this thing took off this morning. So this thing might be topping out here. Unless this thing holds 18, then it's going up to 20, and over 20 we can talk about even more upside on VIX. And who knows, guys, I don't know if this thing is going to 45 and they're still holding those calls, then it might be going in the money. So at this point, things are getting a bit oversold, especially on NASDAQ 100. I'm not talking about S&P 500 or DIA or even IWM, but things are getting oversold on NASDAQ 100. So I would not short that one, but looking at this, it's looking bullish, and also a bit overextended. So I don't know where this thing can go. If this thing can hold 18, then expect more upside, definitely 20 plus. We get a rejection from 18, then watch out, we might be pulling back. Things are getting a bit overextended, just like it did right here. And you can see many times before we saw those spikes, $3-4 up in 1 day, 2 days, and then this thing coming back. So VIX can come down definitely, and over 18 it can possibly go up to 20, and then from there we might see a decent pullback. And if that happens, market will rally, and that is why if you're shorting into the hole, you're going to lose money here in this market. Wait and see what this thing does, and then if there is a good opportunity, we set up a higher low somewhere, we get a big bounce, then you can short it definitely, but not when things are getting extremely oversold on hourly time frame, on 4-hour time frame, and then you're going and buying puts. You're asking the market to take your money, and it will take it, guys. So the dollar is doing absolutely nothing and it's holding actually under 104.48 and just consolidating. So dollar needs to get over 104.48 and then we could see a nice move up all the way up to 105. Until then, I mean, and I don't think it needs dollar to go up right now, but if this thing goes up, it's going to put a lot more pressure on S&P 500. I mean, this thing is pretty much red for the day or break even. Imagine this thing going up also another dollar to the upside. What's going to happen to the market, right? We could see even bigger sell-off. Now also consider that, a lot of people think things are just gonna go up. I actually got a comment, and I'm not going to share anybody's name here, just a few days ago, putting out a stock market video, and someone goes like this: oh, so sad, look, I'm not a bear, I'm not a bull, I play momentum, and things are overextended, I'm going to short, or at least I'm going to try open long swing position like I did on Qs. If things are overextended to the downside, I'm not gonna short. So when you do that, you're not a bull, you're not a bear. All you do is make money. You gotta be on the right side, and that's what I try to do every time, to be on the right side and not go against the trend all the time, right? Now people don't get it. They see market going up 46% from October lows and still bullish. So the comment was like, market will still go up another 20% and then you will see 5% pullback. I feel so bad for bears. Basically telling me I'm a big bear, and or whoever's watching my videos, my subscribers are bears, I guess. And it's gonna go up another 20%. SPY would go up another 20% up from all-time highs where we were trading a few days ago. I mean, just imagine, what kind of mentality, they're bringing in here in this market. SPY is going to go up another 20% and then we're going to get a pullback. I mean, come on. You have to look at the daily time frame, weekly. I'm looking at weekly, I'm looking at monthly, and things are getting outside the page. I mean, it's way overbought, and you're talking about another 20%. Who's going to buy? Smart money, they're not dumb. They would not just push things higher every day, every time. And look at the pullback. How much we lost on NASDAQ 100, guys. Just count. I think, what was it? 503 all-time highs. We can check right here on Triple Q. So all-time highs 503.52, and from there 462. So just count. Do the math. How quickly we came down here. That does not mean that we cannot go back up 20 bucks. We can definitely do that. 480 possible. So that is why you have to look at the technicals. And when I called it, let me show you guys another thing. When I called it, I was showing you guys this right here, that things are getting extremely overbought. Look at this weekly time frame. Look at this, guys, right here, 75. And what happens from these levels? Dump off. Look at the monthly here, also getting overbought, 71. Now it's at 67. Did that happen again? Did the technicals work? Absolutely. So if you can buy time and you're shorting and you know exactly what you're doing in the market, your 10K can become 20K, and your 20K can become 60 to 80K easily. But if you're doing this and thinking about going long right here and then buying on top and calling another 20% to the upside, well, only can God help you, right? And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section.